Okie dokie. So this is your body weight workout. We are going to come to a comfortable position standing wise. We're going to make sure we've got our space around us. We're going to have that water to hand should we need it for a water break. We're going to have that space as mentioned because we need to be going in all different directions. We need to have a mat or comfortable shoes just to make sure that you're not sliding on any surfaces. If there's a jump you don't like, you can always take that one out. If you don't necessarily want the cardio moves as full-on cardio, you can always pare it down and vice versa. If you want to ramp it up a notch, you absolutely can. So we've got a little mix here of a little bit of everything. We've got some upper body. We've got that with plank work. We've got that with holding yourself up in your planks. So if it's not for you for a plank, you can always come down to kneeling. We've got some high knees and that kind of thing with the cardio moves, but they're in a mix with some toning, so not as cardio as you might think for high knees. We've got a 4 and a 4 twice through. So if there's something on one side, we'll do it on the second side, second round. And then to finish, we've got a pairing of 2, so 2 back-to-back core. You will have core, you'll have lower body, you'll have upper body, you'll have some cardio in the 4 pairings in those 2 sets. And then in the pair of exercise, just the core. So enough said, we've got to get warmed up. So we're going to get ourselves just standing tall. So thinking about through your back, through the tailbone, and then through the front of you from your pelvis up. Just thinking about our good posture. And very simply, we're just going to do some heel raises to get our core engaged. So tummy is engaged, lift out through the crown of the head, and have that kind of idea of the core wrapping around you. So when I said your back, you're already thinking about pulling shoulder blades down. And we're just opening up the idea of the core to support you through our movement patterns. So if we do a lunge, if we do a squat, definitely when we've got our core moves. But for right now, just engage through the core, so up through the pelvis, wrapping around up to my rib cage, and just bring yourself in and out with some arm circles if you can. Mine are arm raises, so it's a half circle really, isn't it? Lifting and lowering. So if you can, maybe just give me more of a hold. I'm just going to step back so you can just see me a little better. So holding, release. Breathe in to breathe it out. Lifting and lowering. We're just going to have 2 more. And again, hold it for me on this one. And slowly come down. Let's roll the shoulders. Just work into a rowing, pulling. And I've gone wide with my legs, and I'm now going left and right, and I'm just pulling back. So pull and pull. Let's take that into those arm circles that go back and behind. They're going up, they're coming around. It's entirely how your range of motion and your body, your shoulders allow this movement to happen. Using the core still. Let's pause, keep the same idea of the legs, and give me a lovely big stretch, a big press. It doesn't have to be right on the diagonal, which is where mine currently are. You can have it more centrally, but you still got that little bit of a left and right. I'm going to lean right over. I'm going to pause potentially, and then I'm going to lean into the other side. So keep this going for me. Just 2 more each side, however deep, however wide. Pause it. Gently walk in for me, soften the knees. You can have the hands together, you could have fists, you could hold. I'm just going to kind of keep my hands together-ish, and very technical. And we're just gently working through the waist. So again, keep your shoulder blades down your back, being present with my core to stabilize myself through the lower body. So some pelvic stability, lower body working. I've got soft knees. My weight is in my heels, and you can see that I'm keeping my gaze to the front, and I've got a little quicker tempo rather than turning and pausing. If you want to do that version, we can, because you can turn and hold. Just be careful of too far with that actual twist, and it's jarring maybe your knees or ankles, so just listen to the body. We've got 1 more each side. Lovely. From here, toes are out if you want to, and mine going to go a little wider. Otherwise, you can absolutely stay with a parallel. And we're just going to sit down and up. So if you want to, you can just kind of flop these arms out or even shake them, but I'm going to get into the pushback, which is just going to start to activate our triceps. So I'm going to go down into that wide plie, keeping that lovely upright posture, correcting my own weight distribution here by sitting in the heels rather than my toes, and just let yourself go with the flow for me. If you want to go deeper, go deeper. Keep your gaze up though, that'll keep your chest up, it'll keep a nice line from the crown of the head to your tailbone. Let's do 3. And here you go, last one. Lovely. From here, we're just going to do a walking heel raise to the side again with a little bit of a lift and lift. And then from here, we're just going to lift and lift. So if you wanted to, you could turn that heel raise into a toe tap. But if you're okay with a lateral raise and a reach, we are coming again into a balanced challenge, but a lateral raise. If you want to lift with a flexed foot, or you just want to have the legs on their own, you could always have the hands on hips, anything works for me, whatever feels good for you. And then just walking it back in, I've got much more of that parallel position, and I'm just going to tuck the chin, roll down. If you can for me, sit down into a nice deep squat. You may or may not look out, you might just want to look down. Roll back up and give me a lovely stretch out the top. And then to repeat that, we're going to do that 5 times. Roll down, so it's standing forward bend. Bend the knees, tuck the chin as you roll up. Tuck the tailbone, stretch out the top for me. And then if you want to do big diving arms down, I haven't, I've just rolled down and let the arms come down. If you want to look up, you can. Roll it through. I've got 2 more, so I am going to dive the arms here just to open up the chest, work through the shoulders, bend the knees, tuck the chin, release. I've got 1 more, so I'm just going to pull through the top and then squeeze my shoulder blades behind, let those arms come through. I'm going to drop my chest to my thighs. You do not have to look up, but then roll it back up. Lovely. Maybe just wiggle it out or kick it out on the angle, just to open up the idea again of more bend and extend through our legs, through those hamstrings and calves, and obviously the ankles as well. And then from here, we're just going to do, it's going to be 3 per side, but there's 3 movements. It's 3 different versions of a lunge. So there's 1 to the front, 1 on the lateral, and then 1 behind. So I'm going to have to come and turn, otherwise I'll be on the wall. So from here, I'm going to step to the front, hands on hips or wherever you'd like them to be. I'm going to drop in. When I stand up, I'm going to do same leg to the side. When I go back, nice deep reverse lunge. So breathing in, going front again. When I lift up, zip up with the core, drop down, step together. And then here we are, stepping back for me. And even though it's a lunge, just step for me. This is your last one. Each direction, out wide and drop, pause, and then what do you feel is good on that side? Let's swap you now to the other side. So stand up tall, legs together or legs parallel, hands on hips or wherever. They could be free to move around with you. Lateral, from here, stepping to drop back. So I'm going to breathe in as I step front, pause, to the side, let's go behind, drop on in. Be careful how you are feeling it through your hip flexors, probably on this right angle or thereabouts right angle for your legs. And pause. Lovely. Again, let's just kick it out and then let's just open the arms up. So it's kind of like a walking stretch and release, as it were. So just give me a couple of those. And pause it. Any little shakes out of shoulders, wrists, elbows, same is true of the ankles. You give you a little wiggle. And anytime you need any kind of a stretch, minus me giving you that chance, just take it. So water break if you need it. Let me just check our timing. Okie dokie. So we have got those 4 exercises twice through. Then we'll change our 4. They'll be twice through. Then we've got a pairing, and they'll be twice through. So whistle stop tour, top to toe. So we're going to start with, classically, I will always start with a bigger muscle group. So I'll start with the lower body. Then it's probably going to be an upper body move, which could be a calm or a cardio-esque to it. We can have that thrown into the mix. Then there'll probably be an ab exercise. This is when we're talking about the 4. And then it's probably cardio that slipped into the end to kind of round it off. So time-wise, cardio will always be less in terms of time, probably 25 to 30 seconds, probably 40 to 45 on lower body, same for the upper. Not sure where we are on the core. So let's go with Sumo Squat. So classic, really nice. We've already done it in our warm-up, or Y plie, however you want to call it. So you can give it to me as is. Squat on its own, drop down, really lovely big, stand tall, squeeze the life out the glutes, work those inner thighs. Do not have to give me any more. Or you can drop down and then give me a heel raise. That would be our option number 2. Option number 3 has that kind of mix of 1 and 2 together and has a little bit of the cardio-esque, should you want it. But you could also give it to me on round number 2, which would be a big, it's quite intense, isn't it? So it'd be like a bigger jump, and you could bring the heels together for a change, or just do a little jump out there. So I've actually given you 4 options. You can give me a bigger jump, less of a jump, no jump, and keep it with the heels down, or heel raise. What I'm gonna do, round number 1, I think I'm gonna do squat and heel raise, and then round number 2, I'm gonna show you some version, if not the 2 options of a jump, and you can kind of pair up, pair down, wherever you are. So better get the timer going, better stop talking, better get on with it. Are we ready? So I'm going to go down, heel raise. These do not have to be quick. I would prefer it if you actually popped in, maybe a little hold in your heel raise, so that you've got that lovely core engagement we did right from the beginning together, where we did our parallel legs. When you are going down, keep that gaze up for me. We want to keep the chest up. We are working through, breathing in and breathing out. Let yourself go with a really strong rhythm. Slide it, lift it. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Keep that rhythm going. You've got 1 more. Talking over. That was quite a long 45 seconds, wasn't it? I was just getting it all in. So move number 2, we have in the exact same fashion. There's calm, there's a bit crazy. So it's going to be a run it out in the sense, if you want to go quicker for a mountain climber. And you can have an elevated one where you're against a wall, the seat of a chair, or some form of cabinet that's not going anywhere. And you could give me a faster paced mountain climber. I'm saying mountain climber, they go down the middle. If you want to give me crossbody, because that makes more sense to you, that might just slip in. You might not think, you might just go with the flow, or give me calm. And what's a great option is a bit of both. So I'm going to get down on my mat, full plank or kneeling. So if you know you'd like a kneeling option, please just come into a box position. When you're ready, maybe your slow, controlled, driving option is option number 1. We've already done about 15 seconds of this option. Have you got to run it out in you? Even if it's a midway, just that lighter toe option. Could you give me that for 10 or 15 seconds? And light toes. And then should you want it, we've got the last little push of a touch quicker if you can. 5 seconds of this. And soft to hit the knees. If you need a child's pose there, pop that in. Might be a nice option. I'm warm now, I'm going to take off the jumper just whilst I tell you about the next one. So you're actually coming round. Apologies for me getting up. We're doing a curl up, and we're doing a curl up in a way that suits you. So if you are able, we're going to do a curl up that puts a crunch in. And that's the same as you've just done for mountain climber, where it's alternating knees coming in. So if you want to, you can curl up here, or you might curl up, lower, curl up, and there's a kind of element of a crunch in. Both options are tough. Both options need you to take more control than you think. Less is more, so less reps, more control. Are you coming straight legs, crunching up, coming down, swapping those legs? Are you going to do it from the feet planted option? So I'll give you both. So let's put the timer on, and I can still crunch those elbows around my knees. Be careful if you're doing this option where the feet are down, because you're probably quicker than you think, and you need to make sure these knees are not flying at your nose or your face. If you want to stay put with this option, we actually would do really well to focus on strong reps here for the 5 remaining seconds, and I'll give you that other straight leg option on round number 2, because I'm in the flow. One more, and stretch it out, or up you come. So I'm coming up. So we've got that cardio-esque move. It does not have to have the cardio if you do not want it, but we're going to do a kind of 3-step or a 3 whatever. It's a high knees. It's just as high as you want to go. 3 of them. So you're kind of like on the way to a high knees. And then you're going to step into a lateral lunge. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then drop. But if you want to go 1, 2, 3 and step everything, you absolutely can. I might do that on this first round. So are you ready? We're going to drive, 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 step, drop, drive, 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 go the other way, drop down. So lift, 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 step, drop, put the weight in your heels, step it out, side to side. So lift it, drive, wide, drop down. We've got to use your core every which way you think on this. Drop into those heels when you're in your lateral lunge for me, and keep moving. Challenge yourself to go wider, deeper, and higher with these knees. Pause. We were never going to make another one both sides. Lucky for you. So just walk it around. That one or the combination might have got our heart rate up. So take on some water, little sips. Keep walking around. I'm just doing this gentle little wandering. So any stretches you might need, you might simply want to open your chest, upper back and shoulders, which often includes some of your neck as well. So I'm just going to pull in, pull out, and shake it all about. And then we're going from the top again. So round 2 of this set of 4. So did you have anything that you could work on? Doesn't mean you're going harder and stronger necessarily. It could just be a more focused option for your option. You don't have to mix and match to change anything that doesn't feel like it needs it. But you've got Sumo Squat. I'm going to go and give you a little bit of jumping. So I'm going to give you maybe those light hops and then some where the feet come together. Don't like it for any number of different reasons. Squat on its own or squat heel raise. You may have already done that one. Move number 2 is the stepping it, running it out, whichever combo comes to mind. And I think I like all of that combo anyway for the mountain climbers. Then we flip onto the back and we're doing a knee tuck crunch. And I'm going to try and give us options as well. So I'll still remind you of the feet flat option, and then I'll go into the straight leg option, which probably has less of as well. When we come up, we've got that high knee step, and I quite like the stepping version, but if you want to run it out and drop, run it out and drop, you absolutely can. So are you ready? Let's get down. We're going to go into little mini wide plie or sumo squat jumps here. Super light on my toe to heel connection. I'm not bounding up and I'm not crashing down. There's quite a nice balance between the lift, the core engagement, and then 100% legs, legs, legs on this one. So not too much more. If you want to, we're gonna bring those feet together. I'm gonna do 3, 2. That's enough of them. Lovely, good timing. So, I've got your heart rate up. So just be calm. We're coming down on the mat. Be careful. Full plank, box position. Honestly, I don't mind. Strong is where I need you through the core. Strong for arms and shoulders. Strong in the sense of holding you up. Let's get going. Driving. Lovely flat back for me. Keep those shoulders down your back. Keep your tummy engaged. Drive those knees higher, stronger, deeper core engagement. You've got this. Can you give me a little bit of a lighter option? Light on the toes. Can you give me a run out option? 3, 2. Woo. Halfway into saying stop, and then my legs go stop. Spin around for me. Options. Lie on our back regardless. Let's pop the feet down. Relax the shoulders. Fingertips at temples. Breathe in. Crunch. What you might like is a tempo change of a squeeze hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Would you like a straight leg option? So you could have a straight leg squeeze. Breathe in, curl up, give me hold. Are you able to come up and switch? Breathe in. Sorry, just looking at the time. Breathing out. If you'd like, actually, it might be nice to just let the arms go. Pull. Breathe in, breathe out. One more each side. What are your options? Woo! I'm going to stay there because we're coming up. That was a little mix and match. It took me by surprise. So next up, we've got the 3 high knees. High knees, jump them. Do whatever tempo is good. Hit that lateral lunge in the middle. Hit the other side. So are you ready? Run it out or jog it out or step it out. You can just give me very light, not as high knees as when you are in that calm with the no hop option and the driving option. And you can have 1, 2, or 3. You can have 4. It really doesn't matter. Just pause. Give me high knees. Give me strength and power through the core. Give me last one. And pause. That one in between, terrible, but never mind. So walking around, we are done and dusted with that first round of 4. Hurrah to that, no repeat, they are done. Take on some water if you need to. Any little wiggles or shakes, get them in. Get yourself motivated. So, motivated for a new set of 4. Same format, lower body, a plank exercise that has some oomph to it, so it has some more upper body challenge. Then we have got a supine, so laying on the back, more classical core. They're going to be scissor kicks, and I'll obviously give you options for those because you have a bent knee option. Do not have to have a straight leg. Do not have to do fast either, so calm, controlled is the name of the game. We have got a squat and a side kick. So squat and then poo on the other side. We are going to do a side to side option if you prefer it. But if you like that power of doing one side and the other, it suits it really well because we've got 2 rounds. So that's move number 1. Move number 2 is a plank with a push-up. So it can be a kneeling push-up into a classic plank hold. It could be a full plank push-up into a side plank rotation. So you don't have to do the side plank rotation or the tuck through if you don't want to in a kneeling, and I'll have to show you some of those when we're there. So just know if you want to do full plank push-up or kneeling push-up full plank, you could twist, and that would be you. So just know what you know your body can cope with, and I'll give you some other options to see whether we're challenging, whether we're paring down, see what's happening. 2 rounds to kind of mix and match your ideas and challenge yourself. The scissor kicks for move number 3. Move number 4 is a run it out high knees or a calm version. So we've just done high knees. All I'm going to do is take out the lateral step. So I'm kind of easing you in and then throwing you in because you can go calm if you want to go calm. So if on the last one, like I did a little bit running, stepping, I might go calm, calm first, crazy, crazy second, or vice versa. either have good positive vibes from me, I just do not mind. And then you've got that whole lot twice through, and then we've got a little pairing of the core to finish us off. So where are we, you say? It's a parallel or a nice base for your squat. So it can be slightly wider with the parallel. Give me the squat, give me a lean, and then your kick could be down here. Your kick does not have to be actually on the side. It could be up on any of these angles or even low. If you want to give me a toe tap, you want to give me a lateral raise, know what's good for you. I'm going to do one side, then I'm going to do the other. So this is the lower body. This is the core. This can be cardio because we're getting ourselves in the groove. And also I'm going to do one side now, and I'm going to do the other in a moment for 45 seconds. So I'm going to kick, I'm going to drop, and I'm going to kick. So my kick is actually more on the angle at the moment. What I can try is slightly more of a lateral kick, but I'm just going to be careful because obviously we've done round number 1. This is put here in round number 2 or set number 2 because everything should be that bit warmer. So whether you want to kick or you just want to lift that straight leg, you absolutely can. Time-wise, you got 15 seconds. What are you going to give me? Whether you can get lower in the squat, that could be your challenge. Can you get the leg higher for your kick up and kick out? Go low, kick high. Last one. Woo! So, planks coming at you. We've got options. So, kneeling, I'll just give you a super quick demo. So, I'm going to have as wide as the mat or thereabouts. Kneeling, I could have the knees together. Push up. You could parallel those legs, hold a plank. You could come onto the knees and give me side plank. Walk it through, side plank. That could be your kneeling option of the whole lot, but you slipped in a full plank. So if you want the full plank, I'm going to show you that. We are not going for 40 seconds. It's going to be more likely 35. So let's high plank it if you're with me. Nice line. I'm going to go down and up for push-up. I'm going to step it through. I've crisscrossed my legs over. I'm going to do one side plank hold, other side plank hold. I actually would quite like a wider hand to give me more of a chest push up. And then here I go tipping and lifting and stacking. Time-wise, let's get through one more lot for me if you can. Kneeling or full, plank, push up, side plank, rotate it through for me. And then hit the knees in a soft fashion. So from here, so you've done lower body, you've done upper body. There's core in both, but around you come for scissor kicks. So scissor kicks with a soft knee option would look a little like this. I will show you. So come on down. If you would like it, you can still have scissor kicks with kind of like the triangle position or the diamond position underneath your hips and your bottom. And you could give me a version that went across like this. So I've got slightly turned out knees. If you want a hands down on this one, it's still a good option. You could give me some lowering legs, some lifting. So I'm not tipping and letting my back arch. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just going down a little bit, up a little bit. So you've got the same option, but with straight legs. Pop your hands underneath, shoulders back and down, straight legs, and we scissor out here. If you don't want the hands where they are, or you want them more underneath your bottom, I've just moved mine. I'm strong with the core. I'm breathing out. I'm strong with the thighs. Relax with the shoulders. Scissor those legs, one on top of the other. We are not lifting and lowering. If you're giving me straight legs, this is strong enough. You've got about 5 seconds. What are you going to give me? Give me more from the core. 3, 2, and I'm going to rock and roll, bring us up. You've got high knees. What are you bringing to your high knees? Crazy? Crazy cardio. You want to go fast? You absolutely can. I'm probably going to mix and match between high knees and slow and high knees that has the kind of hop element to it. So are you ready? You could walk out these high knees. You could give me arms. Crazy big arms that match these lovely high knees, bringing them up to the chest. So as soon as I'm lifting those knees up, we are actually working the abs. If you want to give me high knees, you can run some out. You've got about 10 seconds. So this is my paired down high knees. I'm jogging it out. They're not as high as they were a moment ago, but I've added the cardio. 3, 2, woo. Lovely, perfect. So, round 1, done. So, walk it round, have that water break. Just take stock, review, see where you are, energy-wise. Time-wise, we're good with this second round. We're going to take it as it comes. Each rep, each exercise, each round, they are a totally different story. And I'm okay with that. You need to work out what's good for you. You need to push the boundaries just a nudge if you can, because there's the no repeat here. We're not doing this again. You've got this round, and then we move on to our 2 pairing of those core exercises. So for right now, let us do a squat and a kick on the other side, unless you were already doing your switch side to side. If you were doing a lateral raise with a squat, I'm good with that too. Let's get to it. Get low, lift it. If you have those more flexible sides, those more challenging sides, just manage your expectations. Change the angle, change the kick to a lift. Should you need to pair down, and vice versa, go for it. If you can, use the core. Kick higher, kick on a different angle. Get going with this. Push yourself. Last strong finisher to this one. We've got about 10 seconds. What can you give me? More. Finish strong. Down, up and out. 2, 1. Woo! Done. So, done and done. So, we are ready to go with that combo. So we had full plank, we had kneeling, we had a push-up, we had a rotating side plank. You can drop the side plank if you want to give me kneeling push-up and a holding full plank. That could be your kind of extra layer challenge this time around. Combo the rest, high planks, kneeling planks, side planks, pushing up through a full plank. It's all good with me. I'm right there with you. Are we ready? I'm going to go wide with my arms, full plank, push up, pause it, rotate it, open it. Do hold, because your rotating is challenging. Your push up to plank is challenging. And I want you to hold the side plank when you get there, if you're putting that option in. So everything has its place. Everything has the hold if you can give it to me. This is your last hold on that rotating plank. If you can come back and just hold a classic plank for me, let's do it. Let's push it. Bonus. 3, 2, 1. Soft on those knees. Any child's poses you need might be lovely to slip in here. I'm just doing a shoulder roll, sitting more upright, because I feel like I like it and I kind of need it. So we're going into those scissor kicks. What does your scissor kick look like? Is it a bent knee option with a little bit of lift and lower? It doesn't have to be the hold of the leg. You can kind of lift and lower and tap the toes. Or are you good to go with a straight leg option? See where you are. I'll just remind you of both. So you could have the knees out just a little bit more, and you could bring those toes coming down. Not really to tap down. I haven't touched the mat, only sort of by chance. If you want the straight leg option, engage the core and flutter. So it's not a huge kick out. It's not a huge lateral movement to then get the legs to cross over. Do remind yourself, we've got to be strong with the core at the front of the body, and it's going to work your hip flexors, but please don't let your lower back come off of the mat at all. Yes, you're hovering. Yes, you're holding, but we are not arching. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and up you come. Let's get to it for some finishing of this round. Where are you with this? High knees, we are a go. Where are you? I'm a go. So I could run it out. Actually, you could jog it out. Does anyone want to jog it out? You can jog it out, or you can drive and give me more arms, more upper body. or you can get those knees up a little bit more. This is kind of the high knees jog it out version. You got 10 seconds. Are you with me? Lift those knees. 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! Nicely kept at 30 seconds. So again, walk it round, stretch it out, little breather, little bit of something, take stock. Woo, woo. We have done 2 rounds together, 2 rounds of 4, lovely and strong. I'm loving how heart rate is up, but I don't want to die, so it's all right. I've managed it, so hope you're feeling the same. Challenge, but manageable. 2 exercises coming up. Full plank. We're going to do toe taps that are kind of toe tap, foot tap. You're tapping something. If you want to be on the kneeling option, you could give me a toe tap that has your kneeling box position. Toe taps are actually tapping the floor rather than you touching the foot or touching the toes. And then we've got elbow side plank where you hold it and you're just going to give me a thread the needle, and we're going to do one side, do the other. So you've got 2 rounds. We're just going to knock them out if we can. So come on down. If you remember what you've done already plank-wise, this might be the time to challenge. It might be the time to pare down. So I'm going to go full plank. I'm going to go strong with the arms. From here, what you could do is give me a tap in without lifting off. If you can lift off, you try not to smack hand and foot together. There will be a little bit of a lean. I'm okay with that, but just try and make sure that the hand left behind knows it's strong all the way up to the shoulder. How are you doing? Can you give me one more each side? Woo! Down on the knees, get into a forearm, and if you want to stay here on the knees and give it to me here, you can. Are you good to go? Threading, tucking, reaching, under, out, under, out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. We're going to do this switch now. Give me the other side. Are you ready for it? Go under, lift it. Breathe in, breathe out. Be careful of just going with speed. Listen to the body. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Woo! Love it. Stretch it. If it's helpful, stretch it out. If it's shoulders that you need, maybe give me a wider option. This is palms or thumbs up. Breathe it out. If you want to give me a bit of a classic, just pull forward. It's classic legs, but you could just bring your shoulders into more of a stretch and your chest. And then I'm pushing you. Let's do it. We've got it again. Are you ready? Full plank kneeling. Hold it. If you would like to do a mountain climber or a crossbody, because this toe tapping option is not necessarily in the bag for a round number 2 and a quick transition to this. So just listen to your body. You have 10 seconds on the clock. What can you give me? Can you stack those wrists, elbows, shoulders a little stronger to finish strong? One more each side. Woo! Down on the mat. Give it to me. Elbow side plank. Do you want to hold it instead? Do you want to just rotate, lift, hold? Do you want to go a bit slower? I'm going to do this option because we are changing sides now. Under, thread it, open, hold, tuck it, open, hold. You got one more of this. Are you ready to hold with me? Hold it. Woo! You are done and done. So I'm just going to sit in our child's pose legs because I do feel I need to stretch it out. I feel a little lopsided. So I'm going to roll it out and just try and open up the abs. I'm overarching my back, but I'm in charge of this because I'm still using my core. And you could just roll and look up, and you could gently have some neck mobilization. So it's helpful here, holding or popping down and then coming out at any different angle. They all will work for us in different ways. I just need to repeat that for myself on the other side. I'm just going to go a little wider with those legs, and then I'm going to stretch it in, and I'm going to stretch it out. So this is where the kind of symmetry comes back when I bring both arms together. Helpful again if you want it with some neck mobilization, because you're doing quite a strong stretch there for the back of the body. Pop your hand down behind, so mine you can't see, it's behind my foot there, behind my hip, and then press right over, press right over. If you're okay to give me a down dog on the way up, let's hold it. So I'm going to stretch out my hands. I know you've been on them for quite a lot of planks, but I just need us to stretch out our legs, and this is one of those great options. So just hold it for me, relax the toes, weight is in the heels. Can you walk it up for me? Can you soften the knees only at the very last and final moment? And when we're here, I'm just going to cross over and then reach. So I've crossed over my left leg, so it's my left arm that's up, and then I'll switch it, just pausing in between to reach it for the other side. And then I've just got a parallel option of a side bend, just because I want to have a slightly different variation on a theme. We breathe in, we breathe it out. We breathe in, we breathe it out. And then take that wide plie, but slide into it. Try to avoid the knees, so I'm inside my inner thighs. And drop down and just release yourself into this. So it should pull you through the shoulders, the waist, the rib cage, that generalized area, one side then the other. Are you able to give me a wide standing forward bend here? So just breathing in, breathing out. Nice, strong, big, deep breath. Are you able to give me some rotation? So fist or flat hand, looking up, pause, other side. If you don't want to look up, just keep your gaze down. Are you able to walk to one side? And what you might do is just reach in front. You could hold up generalized onto the leg or the ankle. Walk through the middle. Give me the other side. Can you come up from there? Can you give me a twist and a turn? And a little look down or a little walk down. And then I'm just going to lift that back heel to turn myself to go the other way. And then it's toes and feet facing the same direction. And then as you've come up, hurrah to you. Well done. We are done. Thank you so much. That was your bodyweight workout. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you again very, very soon.